Okay, so we already have rig task that allows us to start our application. Now we are only getting hello. So what actually is getting when we call reg start, a new instance of an interface is created, and then on that instance we apply the method welcome. The new instance that is being created, it is created with a prompt instance variable that creates a new instance of tty-prompt, right? That means that we can actually use the prompt method, right? So self.prompt or just prompt using Ruby's super power of method lookup chain. And we can apply any kind of logic that we want here. So without tty-prompt, you would need to write something like put hello, what do you wanna do, right? And then if else. With tty-prompt, we can do just something like prompt dot select. And actually, let's consult the documentation. So in here, let's write select, or maybe let's look in the documentation, select here, right? And so you see, choose your destiny, and we can just copy this, right? So let's do that. So in here, we'll do prompt select, and then this. So you see what we are getting right now. We are getting the question, and then our user cannot type, right? It's impossible to type. You can only navigate with arrows to choose what you want. So I chose Scorpion. If we put binding.try here, you will see that, maybe let's do answer equals, right? So now if I do Scorpion and I invoke answer, you see that I get already Scorpion. So then I could still do something like if answer equals Scorpion, then let's say score invoke the Scorpion methods, right? Else if answer equals something else, right? Cano, invoke the cano method, right? Else exit, and right, self exit. So we could do that, right? But then this also feels like a lot of code. So perhaps there's actually a better method, and there is. But before I introduce that, let me just tell you what you're looking at here. This syntax creates an array of words. So all these are going to be words, so strings, right? So what you see here, choose your destiny, a select method accepts the two arguments. The first argument is a question, and then the other argument will be an array, right? Yes, maybe. Check the plans and see something, right? So now if I go to rig start, you see that this array is being transformed into the options, right? So this is something for you can pass any kind of array you want in here. So now this actually is not giving us anything. The method select will be useful at some point, but it is not useful right now. And so instead, what we actually could do, we could actually use select. Sorry, let me check documentation for another syntax. Oh yeah, in here. So you see what we can do? We can actually just pass the question and then a block. And the block would specify the choices. So this is what we're gonna do. Let's just copy this just to see how it works, right? And so in here, we're gonna do prompt select end. So now if I go to rake start, and you see that I still have this, right? And that's it, it still works. So this actually gives us a nice possibility of maybe not only placing the name, but also giving us, already telling us what we can do with that. So let's say put you chose Scorpio, right? And now you chose Cano. So now let's see what's going to happen. You chose Scorpio. So you see, this is called lambda, and this choice method can actually take more than one argument. One argument would only show the options, but then more than one argument would also tell us exactly what we want to happen afterwards, right? So this is called lambda, lambda syntax, and in here you just put whatever method you want to be invoked when the user uses the choice. I mean, chooses the choice, right? So let's see. So what do you want to do? Right, maybe let's say see all the plants, maybe create, maybe sign up, and the other one would be exit. And so in here we will do plants helper. In here we will do user sign up helper. And here we will do exit helper. So now we actually need to write this method. So plant helper, we'll do just put here are the plants. Then we have user sign up helper, put you've signed up, and then def exit helper puts goodbye, right? So now if we do rake start, what do we want to do? See all plants, here are the plants, right? Rake start, sign up, you've signed up. Rake start, exit, goodbye. So is this our app? Let's see what is in our deliverable. So in here we see that we are supposed to create, we are supposed to use the prompt select to display the following options. We created a scaffolding of corresponding methods, and now we'll create a recursive loop for when the user takes already taken name, right? So we will be working now on the user sign up helper. Maybe now I will just pause so that you can try working on it on your own.